Hello, and welcome back to Copilot Learning Hub, live. Today, we've got a very fabulous guest dialing in from Norway, where she's going to talk to us about one of the Copilots that you all have had a lot of questions about, which is Dynamics 365 Customer Insights. Rather than me trying to explain it to you, I thought we'd call an expert. Please welcome to our show, Malin. Hey, you.
I'm good. I'm getting ready for the summer holidays here. You know, Norway, we have pretty much all of July out. Just good.
I'm not jealous. This is me unjealous, but okay. Yeah. So tell us about who you are, what you do, what kind of work you do.
So I run my own company here in Norway, where my main focus the past 3 years at least have been customer insights. So I come from a marketing background. That's what I was supposed to do. So I'm just sidetracked with being a consultant for the past 10 years.
Wow.
But when customer insight came, or as it was marketing, I fell in love with it, and that's been my tool. So I worked with it quite a lot, and I worked all around the world with different customers on it. So it's been a good learning process on it. And marketing, as it was also one of the first tools that actually had Copilot before it was called Copilot. So it's been in the system for a long time.
I love that. I always learn so much from your talks because this is one suite of products that I know very little about. I know they have ardent fan bases, and they're these things that companies rely on to run their business. And many, many companies are saying, yeah, but how can AI help make some of the more, arduous processes a little bit easier? So please show us what you've got today. I hear you've got some hot off the presses news from the customer insights team.
Yes. So they have really, really hooked me up with the latest and greatest. So what we're about to see here is something called Projects, which is completely new. It was announced in January at the retailer event in New York. It is right now out in a gated private preview. So about 25 customers have access to this.
Wow. Okay. So we're now seeing something that 25 people in the world have access to. And
something like this.
Yeah. I love it. Okay.
And not that many people. So a lot of people might have seen the video from the event where they announced it. Glossy, fancy video and all of that. So when I got access to this, I was, of course, clapping my hands. I've been testing it out. And Michael, who is the co-pilot responsible at the customer insight team, he was super helpful and helped me and gave me some tips on what I could do and what I couldn't do. And he said, maybe you should try with coffee because the system is set up for that. So that will probably be the most successful.
I love it.
So I did nothing of the kind.
Of course not.
Of course. I didn't want to do the typical thing of here is what it is and here's a prompt we can copy from other things that we know work. I wanted to really test out the system. It's not perfect. Of course not. That's why it's in preview still. But there are some super cool stuff, and I've been really excited about this. So
okay, show us.
Customer insight journeys. Yes. So I start because you never come into a completely empty system and run it from there. You have images, which I have here. This is a fun Copilot prompted designed picture of a barista making coffee outdoors. So I had to bring it in. I have some coffee, some not coffee, outdoors, pictures of tents, and of course coffee, because this is set up for coffee. So. But I thought, we have coffee and we have nature. Okay, we have some segments already built, already ready to use. These are the segments that the customer will have ready already. They're live, they are good to go. So what can we do? So I thought about this prompt. So create a campaign for baristas and coffee enthusiasts who love nature to sell our hiking packages.
That is so funny and random, but also this is the most Seattle thing I've ever heard, by the way. Yeah.
Yes. That is why Seattle people and Norwegians go very well along because coffee and hiking, it's perfect. I mean, Norway is, I think, the second most coffee drinking country in the world.
Really? Okay. I didn't know that.
Yes. we love coffee and we also love nature. So this, of course, why not do nature and coffee?
I love it. Okay.
It's good. So what this is hopefully going to do, and as you can see, you also have a brief. So if you've already had a meeting with your marketing team and you want to go through, so this is what we agreed on, this is the objective, this is the audience, you can put all of that into a PDF and upload it in the system.
I love it.
So this is now going to do everything that a marketeer needs to do to create the full project for the marketing.
Love it.
Now, let's try it out.
We're going to cross our fingers. I love live demos, though. Their Copilot live demos are always, an adventure. But this is great.
Yes,
okay.
They are. I do have some backup. Of course, I do.
Of course.
It's not like I don't trust it, but...
But, I mean, we should always back up demos. But you know what I like is you have the option of grounding in existing data with the brief, or you could just work with a prompt. I love when Copilots and AI give you the option of grounding in data. And I love that you started this demo with a bunch of data already, because very rarely in the world do you start with absolutely nothing. So that's very cool.
It's just for us poor consultants who are doing demos, coming into a demo system with bad demo data and thinking, how can I make this help? It doesn't want to do what I want it to do. So what this now does is, and of course, the more data you have in your system, the better it is. And that will now go in and take a look at all the other journeys, all the other emails, everything that has worked and has not worked. So the more data you have in your system, the better it will be in the future. This has worked all day, so of course it wouldn't work right now, because that wouldn't have been too bad. So let's take a look at some of the things. One of the funny features, because now I've written this kind of basic prompt. What it's done for me is it's taken my pretty basic prompt and co-piloted it. So promote and sell exclusive hiking packages tailored for baristas and coffee enthusiasts who have passion for nature and adventure. I mean, that's Copilot for you.
That's right.
This is what it does. It takes what you write it and it say, I can probably make this better, and then it gives you this.
I like that because you went from natural language to marketing language.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Okay, I got you.
It helps even if you're not a writer, even if you're not super adventurous in words and everything, even if you're just dyslexic and you've had typos and everything. So this will help you in actually describing the objective better for you. Also more fluffy and Copilot-y.
Obviously.
What is also done, it's created some audience, email tips, and some journeys. So this has now given me, and of course you can also click on the inspire me with creative audience ideas. This will also be fun too. I've had so much fun, you have no idea, because this takes so much time for the marketeers. Like you have the brief, and now you need to take that brief, put it into the system, and make your system understand what you want to do. So creating the segment is a big blocker for a lot of marketeers. Because they don't understand the data model that's in their system. So they don't know how to ask Copilot for, give me all of this data. They, a lot of the time, don't understand the intricate things and the information they can ask for the system. So this has now given me a combination of some segments that are already ready to use and a new segment. So baristas and coffee enthusiasts who love hiking. I mean, and it gives you, why do they choose this? Why are they giving me this option? Why are they giving me this option? And if I select the new one, I can go in and I can take a look at it and I can see who's in the segment. I can select what I want to do with this.
This is so interesting. It actually segments it down to other audiences that might be really interested. And this is fascinating. Okay, I did not know this product could do these things, just so you know.
I mean, half a year ago, it couldn't. It didn't exist.
Yeah. Okay. So I feel better.
So I'm guessing that when this is coming out, you're gonna be talking a lot more about this,
Yeah.
because this will save so much time for so many companies and give the marketing people a better way of doing it. So I can select this, and as I'm selecting, I can see it changes the emails, it changes the journeys based on the one I selected, because the other emails didn't make sense with this segment. It's smart. It's doing the thinking for me as well. I really like that. So now it's saying, well, suggestion, we recommend this, but you can also do these if you want. Now, if I go to the email, I can see, oh, okay, they created a tent, and a tent, and a tent, a lot of tents.
Wow.
I have some templates, so I can change the layout. What are the suggested templates? This, of course, well, when your company templates are in the system and your colors and design and everything is in the system, then this will look completely different. But that's for another day.
Wow.
But what I now can do, I can click on the images, and if this works, it will give me some suggestions.
Oh, wow.
Both what's already in the system,
Yep.
but also these are pictures that are completely AI generated with typeface.
Wow. Okay.
So this system doesn't exist at all.
Yeah.
So because it's you, Donna, let's go to a beach.
Let's do that. Oh, I love that.
I have a completely different picture. This picture didn't exist 10 minutes ago when we started this demo.
Wow. Okay. I love that you can generate these pictures on the fly to get across a certain point. What a good way to target, right? Toward people like me who are like, love coffee, love outdoors, but love warm places also.
And then if I select the other picture, then this is something that's in my database already. So it takes what's already there and gives me those ideas, but it also takes the new pictures and do this. So I can do all of these changes to the email and see how it will look. Then I can, this is just an ideation. So this is an idea from Copilot. Nothing is created in the system yet.
Yeah.
So if I say, well, no, this wasn't what I wanted, then I can just scrap all of it and nothing is saved in the system.
Oh, wow. So it's like a really complicated, it's like a very creative draft. You can go through this entire draft process. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yes. And then we have the journeys. So now I can say, well, maybe you have an event promotion. Oh, okay. Let's select that. Okay, Copilot is now smart, as it is. Oh, you've added event promotion, 5 additional emails. Okay, let's take a look at the journey and see what it looks like. Well, so this is now my journey. This is for the segment. I have an email here with the changes I did. Suggested run through. I need to go through the rest of the emails because all of this is created for me.
Yeah.
By Copilot.
Wow. Okay, so before you were having to do all this manually.
Yes.
What? Wow. Okay.
Nothing was created for you. No. So not the segments, not the emails, not the journeys, not the anything.
No. Wow. So before you had a tool where you could create all these things yourself, but now you have a tool where not only do you have a box to create stuff, but you also have a starter draft that you can now modify rather than having to start from scratch, which is so cool.
Yep.
I love this.
It's gonna save a lot of time. And if I now done selecting, then it's gonna create everything. And now I can go in and I can say, okay, so let's take a look at this email. Well, I want to continue in the editor because, well, that's where I'm going to do most of my stuff.
Yeah.
It's in the email editor because you need to take a tad bit of personal touch on it all.
Yeah. Right.
It's just what's needed. And let's see if this will work. So this now creates the entire email and brings it into the normal interface, so to say.
Nice. So now you're going into what you're used to. Here you go.
Yes. And this is also filled with Copilot things. So let's say, so escape the hustle and bustle. I mean, have you written this?
I know, seriously. I'm like, did I write this? Yeah. No. Good job, Copilot. Good tone. Yeah.
Now, I can say, okay, I want to rewrite the text with Copilot.
Mm-hmm.
So I can either get ideas, I can change the tone of it. Well, so maybe I want to be more luxurious.
Oh.
I click on this button and it works on it and it gives me 3 new ideas.
Wow. Indulge in a luxurious escape. Nice. Okay.
And I can just go through all of it and lengthen it or shorten it. Right. Because sometimes you get, let's do this, and now it's a bit longer, but now I need to go, maybe I want to do this shorter. Sometimes you get text ideas from people in your company and they're like this.
Yeah.
A line, 2 lines, and you need to fill a newsletter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially, the weekly ones. I can totally imagine drafting up a whole bunch of these at once, right? When you're in kind of like newsletter writing mode, you can just draft them up and say like, you could do 4 versions. You can say, okay, here's the luxurious version. Here's the sporty fun version. Here's like the casual version. This is great. I love this. I had no idea this existed. Mm-hmm.
And if you take it even further, if you're into that idea and having different text in all of it, then you have the conditional content. And then you can actually create one email and say, well, we have audience A, which is the audience that wants it more luxurious. Mm-hmm. They can get version A. And then other customers who are not so fancy, they can get the plainer version or the shorter version or the longer version. It all depends on what kind of data you have in your system already. Wow. And a lot of customers have so much data they're not using in their system that could recreate their entire marketing efforts.
I love this so much because you're maximizing the data that you already have. So you are grounding in your own data and using it to create a much better experience for your customers that feel more personalized.
Yep. Exactly. And then once you're ready, click ready to send. And you are back in your email or you're back in your project and you can go through all of it and just make sure everything is in order. Do you want to, well, I can continue in the editor here as well. But there are some limitations as always. It just helps the marketeers. It's going to save the marketeers heaps of time. There's just so much time going into just creating this journey, creating the emails. Everyone who's ever written anything, if it's a book, if it's a long email or a blog post or anything, the hardest thing is getting started.
Absolutely. This is great. So, I love this.
Yes. It's just gonna save so much time, and it has some really cool features. And I know the team has put in a lot of effort into creating this. And then, summarizing. Well, I want the project summary to download to send to my marketing manager. Well, I click on the project summary. It opens a Word document for me with the objective, audience journey, emails that I can send to my marketing manager.
I love this. Do you know what I love about this entire demonstration and just this functionality? That it is AI by design. It's not this glommed on, jammed on, like, hey, do you want to chat with our Copilot? No, this is, do you want to use AI to do your job better from the very beginning? From the first step where certain things are generated, but you are always in control because Copilot, not autopilot. But it's very much, it feels agentic, right? Where you craft a plan and then you say, okay, do the plan. But you and AI work together to craft the plan. It gives you ideas, you give it ideas, you modify. And then the plan is generated and executed. So you get to decide, is this the right plan or not the right plan once it's done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just so impressed with the customer insight team that has, I know they have put a lot of efforts and a lot of resources on this. And I know they have a lot of feedback. I've given them a lot of feedback, and other customers, this is why it's out in preview. It's to get the feedback, and to get everything that's not working, and to get, so this is like a version, well, kind of -1, so to speak, before it's released into the world. So I'm there's so many things that we've talked about that they're working on, and that's, oh yeah, we're going to redo that, and we found a new way of doing that, and they're just evolving all of this, and I really think this is going to be a good product. But again, you also have other Copilots in customer insights already.
Yeah.
So, and they've been there for some time. Some of them, the shortening and lengthening and creating different text, that's already in production. That's something you can use already.
But this project thing,
it's not like this is the only thing.
No, but the project thing is a game changer, I feel, for people, not just marketing people, just anyone who runs a business. Because, I run my own fashion business, writing emails, just thinking through the customer journey of people and then writing targeted messages and such is such a pain. It is such a pain for people who are just technical people who just do the work. But this is a product I will use myself. You have just introduced me to my new favorite Copilot. Do not tell the other Copilots. But this is so useful. This is so useful, Malin. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. It's I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes to the next level, and I'd love to come back once they revamped it and it's out there in public and everyone can play along with it. So.
Yes, I would love that, to have you walk everyone through step by step on how to do it. But today, all of you got a fabulous preview of what's coming up, so prepare yourselves. All right, Malin, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you all for joining us for another episode of Copilot Learning Hub Live.